In this video, we're going to introduce you to the fact that you probably didn't know there are many, many different kinds of Maha mantras. And I'm going to show you the different kinds of Maha mantras there are. And I'm going to ask you to do an exercise. This video is going to be very simple. I'm going to ask you to do an exercise to find out which one of the many Maha mantras you may be chanting. You're thinking, wait a minute, there's only one Maha mantra. Well, that's correct. But I have heard many Maha mantras, and I think you have heard them also. So recently I was at a retreat, and I was sitting next to a devotee who was chanting one of the Maha mantras. It went like this: Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. I thought, well, that's cool. He'll probably get his rounds done in 45 minutes. So that was and then there's the devotee who'll get his rounds done in like 3 hours. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. You've probably heard that one. And then there's all kinds of varieties in between. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, that one, or Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. You know, you can imagine how many varieties there would be. And you may have heard many, but now the question is, what variety are you chanting? So this is what I would ask you to do. And when you are chanting your rounds, put your phone, this is what the phone was created for. It was created to record your chanting. Well, I always say don't have your phone on when you chant, but this time put your phone on, hit the record button, and forget that your phone is on and just chant. Because if you remember that your phone's on, you're going to try to chant perfectly. So I want you to forget. And maybe after a few minutes you'll forget. And so you might have to listen to the recording a few minutes in. Just put it on record. And record your chanting. And find out what mantra you're chanting. And now you may think, no, I'm chanting the proper Maha mantra. 32 syllables. All right, I hope you are, but I would bet a lot of you are not, and you're not aware of it, which is a whole other issue that you're not aware of it, which means you're not hearing, because if you're hearing, you would be aware that of Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, I would be aware of it. So that's the first thing I want you to do. Now, please don't perform for your recorder, for this recording, because if you perform, then you'll do it perfectly, and you'll never come to realize if you're not doing it perfectly. The second thing, you don't have to do anything, but the second thing I would like you to do when you're listening back is listen back to what are you feeling in your chanting. Now imagine you're Krishna, and he's listening to this chanting. What do you think he's feeling? Just by the tone of your voice, just by the emotion. Sometimes we chant and it sounds like this. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So let's say you're chanting like that. Or maybe you're chanting like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, which I hope you're chanting like that. But you may not always be chanting that way. And so now you imagine you're Krishna, listen to your chanting, and analyze what's the mood, what's your chanting saying. The first one, the chanter is saying, I don't like this, I'm kind of bored. And then the second one is more like, Krishna, please let me love you, let me serve you. So if you were to translate your mood into words, what would those words say? Be objective, be honest. And then after you do your analysis, you'll see in which ways you have to improve. So it's a really good exercise. We do it, often do it in japa retreats, and some people find this, even though this sounds so simple, almost like, no, you should do that for kids. It's not for adults. One devotee, very advanced devotee, said the whole workshop of 16 hours, he said that was the most transformative exercise in the whole workshop. Who would think? So please try it. It's easy to do. Just hit record when you chant your rounds tomorrow morning. Do a few rounds, and you can go in different places in the rounds and listen. And listen to see if you're actually chanting the real 32-syllable Maha Mantra, one of the many varieties created by sloppy chanters, and what your mood is. Jaya Prabhupada. And beware of the results you may get. They may astonish you.